once again to our English lesson. We are going to start a lesson which focuses on Unit 10 of your Grade 10 textbook. Today we are going to practice writing. Let's learn how to write a dialogue correctly. Let's start the lesson. Children, according to your syllabus, you practice different sub-skills of speaking, such as using language in a variety of contexts or even describing future events. At the O-level exam, your speaking skill is tested indirectly with the help of writing activities. So you may have to complete a dialogue to suit a particular occasion or write a dialogue on your own at the O-level exam. Although they are writing activities, they are used to test the way you respond in various situations where you have to speak. However, though they are written, they should reflect various features of spoken language. First, let's identify the features of spoken language. Although there are many features of spoken language, I'm going to discuss only the common ones. In spoken language, it's natural to use voiced hesitations. Now, voiced hesitations are words that do not carry any conventional meaning, but which are inserted in speech to allow time to think, to create a pause, or to hold a turn in conversation. Some examples for voiced hesitations in spoken language are and I'm sure you also use them when speaking. Okay, the next feature I'm going to introduce is called fillers. These are just like voiced hesitations which you use to fill the gaps in speaking. Examples of fillers include expressions such as oh, well, now, then, you know, like, and okay. These fillers also give time for the speaker to pause and think what he is going to say next. In spoken language, people use idioms. Idioms are fixed expressions in a language. The meaning of idioms cannot be understood from the individual words. They have separate meanings of their own. Let's read some of the common idioms and their meanings. Look at the first one. It says, I hate this lockdown. I'm bored to death. The idiom there is bored to death. The meaning of this expression is telling someone that you are very bored. Now look at the second one. The sentence is, it's already midnight. Let's call it a day. The idiom there is, let's call it a day. Here a person is making a decision to say that they should stop what they are doing then. This is mostly used to end a working day. So using such idiomatic expressions will make spoken language more natural. Like in other spoken and informal texts, you have to use the conversational tone. You have to write your dialogue the way you would normally talk. Also use contractions and short utterances. So children, when you are writing a speech, to make it natural, remember to use these features of spoken language. Now let's put into practice what we have learned. Look at this dialogue. It is incomplete as some parts are missing in it. What you have to do is fill in the missing parts. To help you, the missing parts of the dialogue are given in the box. Now find the utterance that is suitable to fill the gap and write it in the blank. Pause the video and do it now. Okay children, we'll check the answers now. Let's read the complete dialogue. Hello Sandhani, how are you? Hello Nisali, I'm fine. Have you been enjoying the weekend? Actually no. I was very busy. Oh, is that so? Yes, my mother isn't well. Well, did you take her to a doctor? Yes, we did. He has given some medicine. so she'll have to rest for a few days. Yes, I'm helping father with the housework. Can I help you to water the flowers? Thank you. Let's do it together. Okay, children, I hope you could do it well. Children, now that you are familiar with dialogues, let's write one. Look at this question. This question appeared on 2016 O-Level paper. At the exam in question 16, you are asked to write different texts to test your writing skill, and you have a choice. You have to choose from an article, essay, speech, dialogue, or even a story. As our lesson today focuses on writing dialogues, let's pay attention only to that part. Let's read that part together. Complete the dialogue between Ruvini and Migara. They discuss their ideas on places of interest in Sri Lanka. Ruvini: I like visiting wildlife sanctuaries. Rajan: I know that you are interested in seeing animals in their natural habitat, but I like the ruined cities. Okay, children, this dialogue is between Ruvini and Migara. As you can see, they have different interests regarding the places of interest in Sri Lanka. So now you have to continue their dialogue. When you are writing, don't deviate from the given topic. That means the dialogue should be about their preferences regarding places of interest in Sri Lanka. As their preferences are already given, you can continue writing why they like or don't like these places, as well as their experiences in visiting these places. As the beginning is already given, don't forget to provide a good ending to the dialogue too. Okay, pause the video and write the dialogue now. Let's check what you have written by comparing it with this sample answer. Let's read it together. I like visiting wildlife sanctuaries. I know that you are interested in seeing animals in their natural habitat, but I like the ruined cities. Yes, I can remember that once you had a collection of pictures of ruins and some ancient temples. Still, I have that with me, and now I use my computer to save pictures. Is that so? Then can I send you some pictures that I had taken when we visited Anuradhapura last year? It's nice of you, and thank you very much. By the way, didn't you go on a safari recently? I know that it's one of your favorites. Why not? During the last school vacation, we went on a safari to Min area. We saw a huge herd of elephants. Were there tuskers as well? Yes, there were a few. The baby elephants were so much playful. I love to watch them, and I never get tired of it. Haven't you visited Udawalawa, where we could see elephants in their natural habitat? Yes, I have. I also got the chance to feed a baby elephant at Athurusevana with a feeding bottle. It's so exciting. Why don't we plan to visit another sanctuary or a forest where we could see other animals and birds? That's a good idea. Let's try Yala this time. Okay, let's keep that in mind. Great. Anyway, my uncle invited me to join him to visit the eastern coast. He says that anywhere in the dry zone, we could see some sort of ruins. Yes, I know, Rajan, most of the ruins are well conserved by the archaeological department, and the excavations are still being carried out. That's right, Ruvini. When I travel with my uncle, I will be able to see some of the eye-catching views of Sri Lanka. He is very much interested in sightseeing. Really? then you could relax well. He'll never miss Nilaveli Beach and Trinco, I'm pretty sure. Can you join me if my uncle allows? Sure. Then let's keep in touch. Okay. See you, Rohini. See you. Bye. Can you see how they have ended the speech? They take leave saying, see you and bye. So remember to write an ending like that when you write a dialogue. Okay, I hope you also could write something similar. That is the end of today's lesson. In this lesson, we learned how to write a dialogue correctly. I hope it was useful. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to watch more and more useful lessons. Goodbye.